Today, we're going to be learning about something different. So looking at these objects here that we have on the table. So we have here some shoes, some socks, we have some gloves, and on this side we have one glove, one sock, and one shoe. So looking at this, what do you guys notice about this? Ooh, thank you guys for raising your hand. Nathaniel.
The shoes are different colors.
Okay, the shoes are different colors. What about Aiden? What do you notice?
It's only one color.
Okay, Mia?
It's only there's two shoes and the red is one.
Ooh, that's a good one. There's two shoes and the red is one. Marlon?
The socks has two.
The socks have two and there's only one on this side. So good job. So Mia and Marlon were very spot on, right? So you guys all did a good job. But on this side, we noticed that, just like Mia said, there's two shoes, and on this one, there's only one. And like Marlon said, there's two socks here and one sock there, right? So on this side, maybe we have pairs, right? There's two pair of, there's a pair of gloves, one of socks and one of shoes. So what do you guys think it means when they don't have a pair or have a pair? Like,
Even.
ooh, what was that?
Even.
These are even, right? Like that's what, perfect, Marlon. Thank you. Mia, did you want to add anything? Or did he take what you were going to say? Yeah, that's what you were going to say. Okay, perfect. That's really good. So with these objects here, right, these are even, right? We have one of each, and on this side, we don't have any of those. So that was really good. So you guys remember last week and throughout this week, we were using blocks, right? We were using blocks to do our math problems, to count. Every time we have our math, we do use the blocks. So today we're going to be doing something a little similar. We're going to be using blocks, but we're going to be using blocks to see if numbers are even or odd, right? So like on this side, we have the even, and on this side, we have the odd. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be using blocks to determine if numbers are even and if they are odd. So we're going to do that with blocks. We're going to do some examples together, and then you guys are going to have a worksheet that you guys are going to be able to work on independently. You guys are going to practice too with the partner, and then at the end you guys will have your homework that you'll be able to take home. Okay, so before we start, I'm going to move these to the side over here. So before we start, I'm going to go over some vocabulary words that we're going to be using, and some of the vocabulary words are going to be on the worksheets. So that way when we come across them, you guys know what the word means and it's not something very new to you, okay? So I wrote them down here on my whiteboard, right? So the first one we have is odd, right? Which would be like an odd number, which is like a whole number that you can't divide evenly, right? So there's always going to be one left out, right? Like just here. Right, we had one left out, but here with the socks we had two, right? So odd would be when the numbers do not go together evenly, right? They're not even. So now we have an even number. So the even number is a whole number that could be divided exactly into two equal parts, right? So for example, if we have here 4 things, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, we could do 2 and 2. Right? So that would be even. We could divide them evenly into 2 equal parts. Okay? And then the next one that we have is addends, right? That just means the numbers, right? When a number is added to another number. Okay? And then we have the equation. So we do these all the time with our math, right? Equation is like a sentence, right? In math that shows how 2 things are the same and they're connected by an equal sign, right? So we would have like 2 plus 3 equals 5. That would be an equation. And then we have objects, right? Which could be anything like maybe the socks, the shoes, it could be shapes, it could be numbers, right? So those would be objects. So those are our words, our vocab words. So that way when we come across them, we do know what they are. Okay, so then, so at the end of this lesson, you guys are going to be able to tell me what is an even number and what's an odd number, right? You guys are going to be able to write an equation that shows that 2 equal parts equal an even number. So that's what you guys are going to be able to do after this lesson, okay? So now going on with the lesson, I'm going to go ahead and grab some blocks. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start by showing the even numbers, right? So let's say, for example, I get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here I have 10 blocks, right? So a way I could divide these 10 blocks into 2 equal parts, right? Do you guys have an idea of how we could do that? Mia.
You can get 5 and 5.
Perfect, right? So we do 2, 4, 5, right? 2, 4. We could even count by 2s, right? And there's 5 and 5, right? So we have 5 and 5. Oops, sorry, let me grab my board really quick. Let me erase right? So Mia, that was perfect. You're spot on, right? So we have 5 and 5 here, right? So you guys have to remember, right? When we remember an even number is a number that we could split into 2, right? Into 2 equal parts, just like Mia said, 5 and 5, right? So when we write on our board, right, we could write an equation with that, right? So we do 5 plus 5 would equal, Mia, what was it?
10.
10. Very good, right? And if we count by 2s, when we put them together, we could do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, right? And then we have the 2 equal parts, 5 and 5. So we know 10 would be an even number, right? So we know 10 would be an even number because we have the 5 and the 5. They're 2 equal parts put together. That equals that even number. Okay, does that make sense? Do you guys have any questions about that one? No? Okay, so right, so this is the equation that I said that we were gonna write. That 2 equal parts, which is 5 and 5, equals 10, which would be an even number, right? So let's say now if I take 2 away and I have 8, right? Do you guys think we could split that one? We'll do Aiden.
Oh, split it. Like you cut it off and you put another one over here, you put another one over
So
here.
how many do you think we would put?
8, 4.
4, okay? So if we put 4 on this side, 2, 4, right? We could count by 2s. And on this side, how many would we have?
4.
4, right? So our equation for this one, we have 2 equal parts that are going to equal a even number, right? So we have 4, right? That's 4. That's on one side. We put it together with the plus, the other 4 on the other side, and that would equal 8, right? So this would be our equation, and we know 8 is an even number because we have the 2 equal parts added together, right? So that's very good. Good job, guys. So let's say now if I have 7, would that make sense, right? We would have 3 on this side and 4 on this side. Would that be an even number? No, right? Yes, Mia? No, it wouldn't, because they're not equal parts, right? It would be a 3 plus the 4. So these here are not equal parts. So we know that number 7 would be an odd number, right? It wouldn't be an equal number. I'm sorry, an even number. Yes, Aiden?
Try to cut that one off and make it 3 and 3.
Oh, you're right. So if we take 1 away from the 4, it would be 3 and 3, right? That would change our whole equation, right? So we have 3 plus 3 equals 6. So Aiden, would that be an equal number? I'm sorry, an even number? Yes.
Because it's 3, 3.
Yep, because you're right. We have the same equal parts, right? 3 and 3 equals 6. So that would be an even number. Yes, Mia?
And you take one, like with 1 hour would be 2 and 2.
You're right. So we take another one out. Good job. You guys are doing really good with this. So we take 1 away from, it's an odd number. If it's an even number, you're going to go ahead and write an equation. If it's an odd number, so if it's an odd number, you could just write the number that you got on your whiteboard. So remember, if it's an even number, you'll write an equation. Okay? So just like how we did it here. Okay, so go ahead. Okay, so finish the rest of the equation. Oh, you dropped your marker. I thought you were done. Okay. So go ahead and put your answer, and then if it's not even, you could just put a little X on the side. Right. All right, so let me see your board, Marlon.
I missed the.
Okay, so let's see here. So this is your little bunch here, right? You have 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9, right? So you're doing it right. So let's see. Let me see your board, Aiden. Very good. So if we look at Aiden's board, right, he had 12. And let's see, 3, 6. Very good, Aiden. Nice job. You could erase it, and then you could go ahead and practice a few more. So grab a little bit more. So let me see yours, Mia. So Mia has number 9. And was that an even number, Mia, or was that a odd number? It's not an even number, right? So if it's not an even number, it would be an odd number, right? Because 9 is not even. We can't split it into 2 equal parts. There's always going to be maybe 1 left over, right? You did it correct. Good job. Go ahead and try another one. Let me see, Aiden. Very good. So we see Aiden's board, right? That's 6, right? He did 3 and 3. So if you look at his cubes, he has 3 on this side and 3 on this side, which means we have the 2 equal parts When we put them together, that would be an even number, right? Very good, Aiden. All right, Marlon, looks like you're done with one. Let me see yours. Let me see your board. 4 and 4. Very good, right? So we have 4 on this side, 4 on this side. They're equal parts. When we put them together, add them, it becomes an even number. Nathaniel, let me see yours.
How you doing?
Very good. I was like, you didn't do that with the blocks, but you're right. That would be an even number, right? 40. And if you put 20 on one side and 20 on the other side. Really good job, Nathaniel. Go ahead and try some with the cubes. Mia, another number 9. Very good. Nice job. Yep, I like the X. That shows us that that would not be an even number, right? So we're going to go ahead and try one more, and then we're going to move on to the next activity, okay?
My second.
Okay, let me see your board. Go ahead and flip it over for me. Let me look at. So we look at Marlon's. Very good. He has 12, right? He has 6 on one side, 6 on the other one, right? We have 2 equal parts, which means it will be an even number. Very good, Marlon. Okay, and then you could go ahead and erase that, and you can put your whiteboard back with your marker and eraser. Aiden, 10 and 10. Very good. Nice job. 10 plus 10, right? We have the 2 equal parts, like I keep saying, which means that would be an even number. Good job, Mia. Very good. That would be an odd number. Aiden and Mia, you guys could go ahead and put back your whiteboards. Thank you, Nathaniel. 9 plus 9 equals 18. Very good. You guys all did really good, right? So we have the 2 equal parts, which means it will be an even number. Very good. Thank you for that. Nice job. Thank you, Mia. All right. Very good. You guys are super good. You guys did really, really good with that. You guys did it all an awesome job. Okay, so now we know, right? Like I always keep saying, when we have the 2 equal parts, we put them together, it's an even number, right? And then we have the odd numbers, which means there's going to be always one left out, right? There won't be equal parts. And then when we're doing our even numbers, we could always count by 2, right? Like just how we do in our math. So now what I'm going to do, what I'm going to hand out to you guys, I'm going to hand out a worksheet. Here you go, Marlon. Here you go, Nathaniel. Here you go, Aiden and Mia. Oh, let me grab the pencils for you guys. So with that one, what you guys are going to do is you guys are going to go ahead and group the objects together. And you guys are... Oops, let me grab mine. And you guys have a little space on this side that says how many. So you're going to put how many of the... It's okay. You can grab another pencil. You guys are gonna thank you guys for putting your first name, and you guys can put the date for me, please. The dates out on the board, okay? So on this worksheet, you guys are gonna do it independently, okay? So you guys are gonna go ahead and count how many objects. What you guys could do circles on them or whatever would be easier for you. You're gonna put how many objects you have on the side, and then on the bottom line, you're gonna put if they're even or odd numbers. And if it's even, you guys are going to write an equation, okay? So if it's an even number, you're going to write an equation on the second worksheet that I am giving you. Yes, Nathaniel?
I'm just stretching.
Oh, you're just stretching. Yes, Mia? Do you have a question? So you're going to be counting. You get it? Understand? Okay, so here you're going to be counting them, right? If you want to do circles with them, let me grab a pencil. If you want to even do circles, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And if there's one left over, what does that mean? Is it even or is it odd? Yep, so it would be odd, right? So that's where you would put it, and then you're gonna put your number right up here, okay? And then remember, if it's even, you're gonna go to the other worksheet and you're just gonna write the equation on the side.
Wait, what happens if it is like...
So if the first one, let's say for number 1, if there's no equation, you could just put an X. Can I see your paper, Aiden? He did a good job. Look, if number 1, if you don't have to write an equation, you could just put an X on it, okay? And if it's an even number, remember, you have to put, or you could do that, yeah, that's good. Or you could put odd on there, right? So if it is an even number, you're gonna write an equation of how we could go ahead. Remember, put the 2 equal parts to equal that number that we got, right? Yes, Mia?
11?
Yep, if there's 11 of them, then you just write 11. Very good. Very good. So then on, very nice, Aiden. So then on this one, you'll just write if it's even or odd right here for this number that you got here. Is it 248 or is it 246?
6,
8.
8.
Very good. Nice job, Nathaniel. Good job counting. Perfect, Mia. Oh, so remember, let's put odd or even on this one. So I think so let's put your 14 down here. Oh, I think you're messing. Let me see. This one is, I think you're getting a little confused, but it's okay. So on this one right here, we're gonna put 14, okay? Because that's for this one here, and then you had 13, so now we're gonna put 13 here. And on this one here, it says odd or even. So is it an odd number or is this an even number? An odd. So that's what we're gonna put here, odd.
Oh, we don't have to pick.
So you just write it on here. So write odd. There you go. Perfect. And on this one, you're gonna do the same thing, right? So if this one is an even number or is it an odd number?
Odd.
All right. So then, yep, you're just gonna write it on there. Very good. You good, Mia? All right. Nice job. So then remember, if it's an even number, right, we're gonna be writing an equation next to it, right? So Mia, I'm sorry, go ahead and finish that one if you want. And then right now, I will explain to you. So would that be a pair? It would, right? Okay, so that could count as one pair right there.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Yes, Nathaniel?
So you have to do a math that equals 16.
Yep, so just perfect, just like you did right there. 8 plus 8 is 16, right? Because we